Let us see the next question. C Limited and D Limited are contemplating a merger in deal in which C Limited will acquire D Limited. So C Limited is acquiring company and D Limited is target company. The relevant information about the firms are given as follows. So the information is provided to us with respect to both the companies before merger like this. Earning is given in million term. Number of shares are given in million term. EPS is given. So use your calculator 96 upon 20. That comes to 4.8. That's correct. 30 upon 14. That comes to 2.1428. So they have taken 2.143. That's fine. The price earning ratio is 8 and 7. So market price per share is 4.8 into 8. That comes to 38.4. 2.143 into 7. That comes to 15.001. That is 15. I request you to give answer for the first part of the question in the chat box. What is the maximum exchange ratio acceptable to the shareholders of C Limited if price earning ratio of the combined firm is 7 times? So the question says that you're required to give answer for the question from the acquiring company point of view, that what is the maximum exchange ratio acceptable to it. That is the question. Dear students, we understand that over here we have to calculate the answer from MPS point of view. Why? Because if at all we compute this answer from the EPS point of view, then the information of the price earning ratio will not be used. So we have to understand that say from C Limited point of view, we are required to calculate what is the maximum exchange ratio acceptable to C Limited so that MPS attributable to C is not reduced post merger. That is the question. I request all of you to give answer for the first part of the question in the chat box. So I request all of you to write down answer. Over here, we have to compute exchange ratio from MPS point of view. Full stop. If at all we compute answer from EPS point of view, comma, we cannot use information of price earning ratio. Now friends, we know that the C Limited is an acquiring company. So whatever is the MPS of the merged firm, itself is MPS attributable to C Limited. So we understand like this. Calculation of maximum affordable exchange ratio to C Limited. It will be found like this. MPS attributable to C is equal to MPS of the merged firm itself. Dear students, C Limited has MPS before merger 38.4. MPS of the merged firm is calculated as earning after taxes of C plus earning after taxes of D So this is the earning after taxes of the merged firm divided by number of shares of C plus number of shares of D into exchange ratio. This will give us EPS of the merged firm multiplied with the price earning ratio of the merged firm. That's it. This is the way we are required to find the answer. So this is 38.4 is equal to earning after taxes of C is 96 million plus earning after taxes of D is 30 million divided by number of shares of C. It is provided as 20 million. Number of shares of D, it is 14 million into exchange ratio. Whole into price earning ratio of the merged firm is 7. Accordingly, exchange ratio will be found as balance figure. So now we understand 96 plus 30, that comes to 126. So 126 million into 7 divided by 38.4. 20 and 14 exchange ratio is transferred on the left hand side. So 20 million plus 14 million into exchange ratio. So 126 into 7 divided by 38.4. That comes to 22.96875 million minus 20 million is equal to 14 million exchange ratio. So exchange ratio is equal to 2.96875 million divided by 14 million. The answer is 0.2121. Or we can write 0.21 also. This is what we understand is the maximum exchange ratio affordable to C Limited so that MPS of C Limited is not diluted post merger. This is what we understand. I want you to answer the second part of the question. Write your answer in the chat box. What is the minimum exchange ratio acceptable to the shareholders of D Limited if price earning ratio of the combined firm is 9 times? So again, in the second part of the question, we have to make the computation from MPS point of view. Only in that case we can use the information about the price earning ratio. I request you to write down this answer and try to compute the answer of the second question on your own. So write down answer the question. Calculation of minimum required exchange ratio by D from MPS point of view. So let us see that's how to make the calculation of answer. MPS attributable to D is equal to MPS of the merged firm into exchange ratio. MPS attributable to D should not be less than 15. MPS of the merged firm is market value of C, EPS of C, EPS of the merged firm into price earning ratio of the merged firm into exchange ratio. EPS of the merged firm is EAT of C plus EAT of D divided by number of shares of C plus number of shares of D into exchange ratio. So this is EPS of the merged firm into price earning ratio of the merged firm is 9 times into exchange ratio once again. Okay. So now we understand that so the number of shares of C is provided to us, an example, as 20 million plus number of shares of D is 14 million into exchange ratio is equal to earning after taxes of C is 96 million plus earning after taxes of D is 30 million into 9 into exchange ratio divided by 1515. This is the way we are required to form the equation. Okay. So I request you to use a calculator. 96 plus 13, that is 126. 126 into 9, that comes to 1008. Divided by 15 comes to 67.2. So 67.2 million exchange ratio. This is transferred on the opposite side, so it is deducted. 14 million exchange ratio. This is kept as it is, 20 million. So 53.2 million. So the exchange ratio is equal to 20 million divided by 53.2 million. So the answer is 0.3759. This is the minimum required exchange ratio by D Ltd. So if there is a mistake on my end, this calculation is wrong. '96 plus 13, 126 into 9 upon 1515, that is 75.6. Minus 14 million exchange ratio. So 20 million minus 61.6 million. That is 3247. Minimum required exchange ratio is 0.3247. Sorry for the calculation error. So this is the way minimum required exchange ratio by D Ltd can be calculated.